Zomboys.
Hey everybody! Welcome to episode 14 of Zomboys.
We've made it to 14 episodes.
And we haven't killed ourselves yet.
Almost, I would say at this point, almost 30 hours of movie watching.
Damn.
Because you figure all the movies we've watched are probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just about 30 hours of watching zombie movies. Over an entire day of zombie movie watching.
Like 25
for
hours.
you people. Well, it's still over a day.
Yeah. Oh man.
All for you people. Fuck
Do
you
you see
guys.
what we're doing for you?
We are slowly losing our minds.
We're losing our minds. We're wasting our lives.
Yeah, now that I just put it in perspective, I don't want to do this podcast
Yeah,
anymore.
this is the last episode.
Because you figure an hour and a half to 2 hours watching the movie, then another hour to record. That's like 3 hours of time just wasted in a day.
So,
I could be outside doing things with my life.
I wouldn't be. I would just be wasting my time on Call of Duty, pretending to be a tree and prop hunt.
It's true.
Oh man,
It's very true.
I can't wait till this is over so I can go home and we can play that. Oh man.
So yeah, episode 14.
14 we watched George A. Romero's Land of the Dead.
Yep, Land of the Dead, 2005, one of the newer George A. Romero movies.
Well, we kind of watched it.
George A. Romero, as many of you, if you're a zombie fan, should know, George A. Romero, kind of the godfather of zombie movies.
Oh yeah, of course.
He's the big one. He's Dawn of the Dead,
Shaun of the Dead,
Night of the Living Dead,
yeah.
Day of the Dead, not Day of the Dead Reckoning or Bloodline or whatever the fuck we watched.
Oh yeah.
Not that one. He didn't do that one.
That's a shame.
But he did this. He did Land of the Dead. And he did another one that we'll watch at a later date. One of his other newer ones, which is, spoiler alert, just as, if not more shitty than this movie.
Really?
This movie, people, let us tell you,
it's not good.
it was pretty shitty.
It's
I said to
not
Casey, it's pretty shitty, so we're going to watch this. And I pulled it out of my DVD collection.
Which, of course. Of course you have this.
So, and then I said, you're probably wondering why I have this if I hate this movie.
Oh yeah, why do you have this?
Well, because I bought it before I ever watched it. I was just like, George A. Romero must be good.
Yeah.
Bought it. I was like, well, this movie's real bad.
Yeah, you made a mistake.
And I think I've only watched it once other than this time.
Yeah, so that's good though. That's good that you've only watched it once other than this.
It's it's pretty bad. So it came out in 2005, as we said before.
Yes, we did. I remember that actually when you said that.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. Just like a day or two ago.
It has John Leguizamo in it.
Yeah.
So Mr. Luigi himself.
Oh, it's got Luigi.
As well as Dennis Hopper.
Hopper.
It's a bit of a Mario Brothers reunion in this movie.
I believe it's the same cinematic universe.
It takes place in the same universe as Mario Brothers.
I do believe that.
John Leguizamo is
canon.
just playing Luigi.
I believe that's canon. That is his name.
No, his name in this movie is Cholo.
Yeah, his name is Cholo, which I kind of looked up. We don't know if we have any like Hispanic listeners, like tweet us, let us know. It kind of seems like maybe racist, but also not. So we're not really sure if this was offensive.
It seemed a little racist.
It seemed a little racist, but like I know,
especially because like in the beginning they were just going, "Hey, Cholo," and I was like, "Is that like his name, or are they just calling him a Cholo?"
Yeah,
like to be like an asshole.
And then some of his friends started calling him that. So
and then we were like, "Oh, that must be his name." And on the IMDb page, that is his name. His name is Cholo.
Yeah.
So, quick plot synopsis. The living dead have taken over the world, and the last humans live in a world city to protect themselves as they come to grips with the situation.
Yeah.
So, this takes place after Day of the Dead.
Okay.
In the timeline, it's night, dawn, day, and then I believe Land. I believe Land was the next one to come after Day of the Dead.
Is this all, like, cinematic universe type stuff?
It is.
Oh, that's cool.
So... all of the George A. Romero movies all takes place in the same universe.
That's cool.
So Night, Dawn, Day, and then you have this one. You have Land of the Dead. You have Diary of the Dead. You have Survival of the Dead.
Oh, I like his glasses.
Oh, he does have dope glasses.
George A. Romero's got dope glasses.
George A. Romero looks like...
he's a cool dude.
You know who he looks like? He looks like the guy who invented all those comic books. Stan Lee. He looks almost like Stan Lee. Like a more pervy Stan Lee.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. Kinda.
He looks like a Stan Lee that would like go to like a strip club on like a Tuesday afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's what he looks like.
I definitely can see him frequenting strip clubs.
I'm like, yeah.
But he's got like those cool, He's got like those cool glasses you'll see on like fashion designers and shit, like old fashion designers. No one knows what... This is a zombie podcast. People don't know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I have other interests than zombies.
Yeah, so he wrote, in order, he wrote Night of the Living Dead back in 1968.
Yeah.
He did the original The Crazies movie.
Oh, really?
Not the one with Timothy Olyphant, but there was one back in the 70s.
I've not seen that.
Then he did Dawn in 78.
Okay.
He did Day in 85. And his next zombie movie from there would be Land of the Dead. So 85 to 2005 was the huge gap before he got to the next thing in his
what was he doing in that time?
He did all kinds of other stuff.
Oh, okay.
He wrote some Tales from the Dark Side.
Okay.
It was a TV show back in the 80s.
Sure.
He wrote Creep Show 2.
Ooh.
He wrote Monkey Shines. He did the remake of... It's a Stephen King sort of weird thing.
Yeah, Monkey Shines is fucking weird.
He did Night of the Living Dead 1990, which was the remake they did where it was color instead of black and white.
Okay, yeah.
He did Dawn of the Dead 2004 because this is the movies that he wrote. They loosely took his screenplay for the
he's got a credit
for that terrible fucking Tim Gunn fucking.
Fuck you. Yeah, Tim Gunn only.
Fuck you, just Tim Gunn.
But mostly Zack Snyder. We don't have to react to that. Although, there are a lot of Dawn of the Dead 2004 characters in this.
There were.
We have.
Yeah, he did Land. Diary came out in 2007. And then he did Survival in 2009.
I was just going to get into all the characters.
Well, I'm just going through his thing.
Well, I wanted to do my thing, and you're doing your thing. What the fuck? Can I do my thing, please?
Okay, now you can do your thing.
Hold on, I gotta pull it up. Hold on.
See, look. It didn't even fucking pull it up. God damn it, people. You see what I have to deal with here?
Yeah, I'm a nightmare. I'm a diva, and I make your life a living fucking hell. Okay. So we have Boyd Banks in this, who was the Randy Quaid lookalike kind of guy.
In Dawn of the Dead,
Dawn of the Dead, yeah. We have, what's his name? Tom Savini is in this also.
Yes.
Who was...
Tom Savini was the sheriff in Dawn of the Dead.
Yes. We have, in, I believe, the most important character, he's all the way down at the bottom. We have Hermes Blarison.
He was the fat guy.
He was the old fat lady zombie.
Yep. In this one, he was a clown zombie.
Yeah, and if you listen to that episode, you'll remember it took us a long time to find his name, and it didn't pay off.
No, it didn't pay off at all, because we thought it was way funnier when we watched that movie.
I mean, Hermes Blarison is a pretty funny name, but...
Can I say,
yep,
this takes over my least favorite movie we've watched so far for this podcast?
Least favorite?
Yes. I like this less than I like Dawn of the Dead.
Really?
Yes. I would rather watch Dawn of the Dead 1,000,000 times than watch this movie. You want to know why? Because Dawn of the Dead at least kept my attention.
Yeah.
This, I was bored throughout the entire thing.
I can see that, yeah.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Very few things happen in this movie.
Very few things happen. And
it's dialogue heavy with nonsense dialogue.
It's dumb dialogue. It's pretty pointless. This feels like a TV show almost.
It did. It felt like... And not like a good TV show. Not like a Netflix original series.
No.
This felt like this felt like a CW11 fucking TV show that would be on after Supernatural.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, here's a zombie show that we made up.
It feels like...
That's what it felt like.
The world felt like a TV show world.
It did.
And like I even said in the beginning, we kind of watched this. We kind of didn't also. This was the movie we watched the least.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
A lot of, just us dicking around or whatever, because it wasn't important. Nothing, I heard probably at 1% of the dialogue, and I know exactly everything that happened.
You could watch the first 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes, and fill in the in-between, you'd probably be right.
You would be right, yeah.
You'd probably be right with what you guess happens. Unless you were like, aliens come down and anally probe everyone in this movie.
Oh, fuck, I missed that part.
You would not be right with that. There's no anal probes in this movie. But... Otherwise, if you guessed what happened, you'd guess what happened in this movie.
If you guessed nothing happened, you'd be right.
Yeah, exactly. If you guessed that there was no payoff for any of this,
no,
you'd be right.
Yeah. Okay. So,
the only payoff is Dennis Hopper dies.
Oh, Dennis Hopper. You really were phoning it in.
That was... Oh, my God.
You could tell
My
he's
question
like-
is, how much did they have to pay Dennis Hopper to be in this shit show of a movie?
I don't know.
Because, like, he's, like, a pretty well-known celebrity.
Yeah.
Like, John Leguizamo, C-list celebrity.
Yeah. You put him in anything, whatever.
He's like, the big name other than Dennis Hopper in this movie.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper's the big name, and then...
Was he doing a lot around 2005? I mean... Whenever I ask these questions, I'm like, oh yeah, crap, now Mike's going to go look up his
No.
filmography.
Well, I'll just look real quick. I'm not going to go through his entire filmography.
Okay.
But I'll look at what else he was doing in 05.
Or around then.
05, 06, 04, something like that.
Because the script, I don't know what.
Oh, no, he was doing some shit right around then.
So he might have been doing some shit.
He was doing, like, TV.
Yeah, so just,
he did
fucking make a buck.
He did a voice for Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Okay, well, that's fine.
He did a bunch of, like, low-rent movies around that time.
Yeah.
2005, 2006. Even, like, 2000, even, like, currently. All right, Dennis Hopper, you're not as big of a star as you used to be.
Yeah. But, yeah.
You're not Kevin Costner Waterworld anymore in 95.
No, what an amazing
Speed.
movie. Oh, man.
I think that was his heyday right there, man.
Yeah.
Speed was 94, Waterworld was 95.
Fuck yeah.
What an underrated movie Waterworld is.
Are you joking?
No.
Do you mean because it's so bad it's funny?
No, because I actually semi-enjoy Waterworld.
Oh, man. Maybe I'll have to rewatch it. I haven't watched it.
It's bad, don't get me wrong. But
okay.
It's, like, enjoyably bad.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
It's not like The Postman, another Kevin Costner movie.
Oh, is that what?
We're already off the rails.
Yeah.
We're already talking about Kevin
Isn't
Costner,
this a zombie
and he's
movie?
not even
He's
in
not
this
even in the
movie.
fucking movie. Oh yeah, I was just gonna say people give like good, like famous actor shit, like, oh, why are you doing that? Well, I mean, it's a job.
It's a job, and
He's
you
making
get money.
He's making more than you're probably making doing whatever.
It's true.
And that's not making fun of you. He's making more than I'm making also.
Like John Leguizamo, I understand why he was in this movie.
Yeah, of course.
John Leguizamo is John Leguizamo.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's always like in like the low rent kind of movies.
Yeah,
and he's
like,
always playing like the second hand character.
Yeah, he's like a small Latino Ving Rhames. Yeah,
He is the small Latino Ving Rhames.
Yeah, he just plays like a cool, tough badass in everything, pretty much, except
it's true.
Super Mario Brothers.
Except for Super Mario Brothers, where he plays Luigi Mario.
Yeah, of course.
Mario, Luigi Mario.
Yeah, him and
Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins, yeah, they're brothers.
Bob Hoskins, who's actually a really famous actor, like over in England.
Yeah.
And he was in Super Mario Brothers.
Hasn't he passed?
Yeah, Bob Hoskins, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Bob. Well, we can make fun of him.
Well, I won't, because that's not right to make fun of dead people.
Well, no,
I draw the line there. I don't make fun of
that
dead
is
people.
a weird line for you to draw.
Yeah, Mike the Dick, I don't make fun of dead people.
I mean, I'm not gonna make fun of him because I have nothing to make fun of him for. But if
he was in Hook. Guy's a god.
Oh, was he?
He plays Smee.
Smee, yeah.
He plays
Smee.
Yeah. He plays Smee in Hook.
Great. Yeah,
fuck, we're off the goddamn rails again. All
right.
So, what the fuck are these things?
Oh yeah.
They're George A. Romero zombies.
So George A. Romero zombies.
If you've seen any other zombie movie that George A. Romero's done, any of the big ones, they're the same. They're slow, shambling zombies.
Slow shambling.
But
there's a twist?
In this movie, they're smart.
What?
So, in this movie, in the very beginning, it establishes that these zombies are starting to go back to, like, their original way of life.
Yeah.
And they illustrate that by, in the beginning, there's a zombie playing a tuba.
Yes, which was weird.
And then other zombies walk over, like, the airline that goes into, like, a gas station that makes the ding sound inside by the change in air pressure. And
oh yeah, we had to know that.
Well, no, I guess you didn't. That's my fact for the day.
Okay, fair enough.
So
there were no animals in this, so I can't really.
And the zombie walks out like he's going to pump gas for a car, and like that's how it shows like that these zombies are starting to come back to almost being human again.
They're like remembering.
They're still horrible, fucked up monsters.
Yeah.
But they're starting to remember and like do normal human shit. Later on, two of the zombies are able to use like a gun.
Yeah.
One uses like a hatchet as like a weapon, or like a butcher's knife as like a weapon.
Oh right. They all have like weapons.
So like they're starting to like learn how to be able to
really quickly,
do this shit again.
Like the one
and the main zombie, Big Daddy.
Yeah, Big Daddy was the main zombie, the gas station attendant. He seemed to be like.
He seemed to be leaps and bounds above all the other ones.
Yeah, he was like way smarter than all the other ones.
He had like emotions.
Yeah, he was like way smarter than all the other ones, but he like taught them almost to like be smart again.
He did, because
at
like the one point, when they eventually the zombies, spoiler alert, get to the city that's protected.
Yeah.
As you would know from the very beginning, is going to happen. Mainly because it wouldn't be a good movie if no zombies got anywhere.
Nothing.
It would be very boring
if
if people was just behind walls and they were like, haha, look at our sweet lives.
Look how safe we are. Okay.
So later on, one of the zombies like goes to go eat a guy, and he goes no and like stops her and picks up the guy's gun and hands it to her.
Oh, she goes to hit him with a bat.
Yeah, that's what it is. She goes to go club him, and he takes the club and throws it away and hands her the gun, and like pushes her finger down on the trigger, starts to shoot, and then moves her arm so she like sees like, oh, I can kill the guy if I point this at him.
Yeah.
And so it's weird. He's like teaching the zombies along the way.
It just seems like they're like learning faster than they should.
At one point, like he grabs like a jackhammer and it's jackhammering away, and he like looks at it. He's like, and then he looks at the building, and then looks back at the jackhammer,
he sees
and like walks away with it, and like it unplugs because it's an electric jackhammer, and he like looks disappointed. Then he like knocks it on the ground a couple times.
He's like trying to figure it out.
And sees that it still does damage, and like continues to carry it with him.
Yeah,
that's what helps him smash the glass later on. To get into the building. Yeah. So like they're smarter zombies. They eat people. They eat intestines and fucking faces.
There are some really good gore effects in this.
The gore effects in this movie are really, really good.
Yeah. There's some CGI ones that are not great, but the
practical effects were
awesome. Are good.
And in all,
actually really good, I think.
In all of the George A. Romero movies, they've always been good.
Expect that.
He's always done a really good job of especially practical effects.
Yeah.
Doing practical gore and stuff like that always looks really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think that's equated to the two guys who do the gore effects on his movies. You got Tom Savini does them.
Yeah.
And then you have the guy that you mentioned before.
Nicotera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got those two guys do the gore effects, and they're both well-known
like
makeup
they're like
artists.
top of their field of
exactly.
Horror gore effects type shit.
I'm
sure like most of you know them.
Exactly. So, that's what the fuck these things are. They're zombies. They eat people.
We kind of also just explained the whole plot.
Almost, yeah. So the movie opens, like we had said, with...
It says some time ago.
Yeah, some time ago.
I don't know what the fuck.
And there's two guys. Simon Baker, he plays Riley. He's like the main character in the movie.
Yeah. He's main character.
I'm going to call him stereotypical white guy.
Yeah,
he's just like a standard white guy.
No, there's no real
if you were going to be like,
character.
Here's a boring white guy, I'd point right to him.
Yeah.
Because that's him.
Yeah, no real depth.
You got him and like a younger kid, and they're like scoping out a thing, and they see the zombies play in the tuba and shit. Yeah. And I turned and I said to you, I was like, this is like the Haunted Mansion in Disney World.
Oh yeah,
like going down like into the graveyard where the zombies are, and they're all like singing and like playing instruments.
Zombies,
I was like, this is like the fucking Haunted Mansion in Disney World.
It looks so dumb.
It was so bad.
And like some of the zombies look fine; they look like normal, like people who have turned into zombies. Some of them look so fucking dumb.
Yeah,
I guess they were the ones that were zombies longer, so they're decaying more. Or
so they're like all like skinny. The one looked like E.T.
Yeah, it looked like fucking like a weird E.T.
Like it was all like skin and bones,
like real long necks and like.
I see what he was going for to show like, oh look, like it's been a while since the first zombies came, but
it looked dumb.
I don't know, it did. It did look very dumb.
Sorry, Georgie.
And I don't know, a zombie playing a tuba.
That was dumb.
Come on.
I get like
a zombie playing a tuba. I get like you said, I get that they're learning again.
Tubas are hard to play.
But later on, all these zombies walk through a river. And like come out and like they're just fine. Like no water coming out of their mouths or anything like that. This zombie's breathing enough to fucking blow a goddamn tuba.
Oh yeah, that is weird.
Like that would take a good amount of lung strength.
They didn't like swim across the river.
I don't play the tuba.
No, yeah, but it would take some amount
I feel like
of breath.
it would take some sort of breath to play the tuba.
So you would have to be... Although, I mean, I guess if they're dead, they don't have to breathe. They just maybe can. I don't know.
No, well, that's my thing, is if they were dead, they wouldn't have to breathe.
Yeah,
would they breathe?
I don't know. They could, I guess?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I have no idea. I'm very confused
Neil deGrasse Tyson tweeted us, if that makes sense.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, you keep your goddamn opinions to yourself.
Yeah, I like him.
Bill Nye, the science guy, tweeted us. This makes sense.
I'm fine with that, too. He's cool.
Bill Nye, the science guy. The white Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, pretty much. One's got bow ties, one's got vests.
Neil deGrasse Tyson doesn't wear a bow tie?
No. He's got like a vest with like the galaxies on it and stars and stuff. He's cool.
I just remember Bill Nye the Science Guy from my childhood.
Yeah, me too.
Bill
Well, also
Nye the Science Guy.
I know him now personally.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh no, I know Bill Nighy. Sorry. So, anyways, where do we?
So,
start?
so they're doing a supply run in this town.
Yeah.
Is what it turns out to be. They go back to the thing, and John Leguizamo's there, and they're talking about how they're going to take all the supplies from the town. They're like, oh, there's zombies in the town.
Yeah.
And this is also when you meet a little man named Charlie.
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie has half of his face burned.
Yes.
And is a little slow.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way.
That's
He's not fully mentally disabled.
No.
But definitely on the spectrum.
Yeah, like maybe the accident would have done that.
Maybe he has an IQ of like 75.
So he's like our current president.
Well, I don't know what Donald Trump's IQ is. I feel like it's very high. I feel like he would tell me it was very high.
I feel like if I ever heard what it was, I would assume it's the same type of fact that we hear about Kim Jong-un.
I know. I know his IQ must be high because it's huge.
It's huge.
His IQ is huge.
I got the biggest IQ.
That was a terrible Donald Trump impression.
Let me try again. Hey, I got the biggest IQ in the whole town over here.
He just sounds like a stereotypical New Jersey Guido now.
Isn't he?
No, he's not from New Jersey.
Hey, I'm from New Jersey. I'm Donnie Trump, huh? I like getting pissed on.
Now there's a man that I would vote for.
A man who likes getting pissed on.
Well, no, not only for that.
Anyone from New Jersey.
But just because he's like a Goomba from New Jersey, I'd vote for the guy.
That would be hilarious.
Oh! I'm the fucking president.
Yeah, fucking, what's his fucking name? You know it. You know exactly.
Joe Pesci?
No, not Joe Pesci, the fucking comedian. Why? You should.
Joe Pesci?
The Dice Man.
Oh, Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, except Andrew Dice Clay is an Italian. He's a New York Jew.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but he's
a Jewish guy from New York, but he
the voice
does
you made sounded exactly like
Well, yeah, because that's the stereotypical Goomba voice.
Yeah. So I assumed you would guess that immediately.
Whatever.
You seem like a fan.
I have seen Andrew Dice Clay live.
Oh, we actually just talked about this.
Yes, I
we
have
just
seen
this like yesterday.
I have seen Andrew Dice Clay live.
We're doing a podcast.
We are doing a podcast.
Although it's good because if you're a listener, you know I take notes. Most of my notes were just like cool gore effects I wanted to talk about, not like plot beats like normal.
Yeah, so so they see this. They meet Charlie, the mentally disabled man.
Yeah.
And they shoot fireworks up in the sky. He goes, put flowers in the cemetery.
Yeah.
And Charlie goes, this is the whole thing with Charlie. This is his whole character. Is he goes, Riley. He's like, those aren't flowers. Like, why do you call them flowers? They're not like flowers you put on the ground. Those are sky flowers.
Yeah, it's like...
And I'm like, oh my... Like, you're making this guy intentionally really, really dumb.
Yeah,
do you really
are
not...
Are we supposed to laugh at that?
Well, not only that, but, like, am I supposed to believe this man doesn't know what fireworks are?
Yeah.
They've already established that Riley and John Leguizamo and this guy, Charlie, have been out on several supply runs.
Yes.
For, like, years leading up to this.
Yeah.
So, my thing is...
Does he not? Yeah.
Does he have that serious of brain damage that he just doesn't remember anything ever?
He can't be that...
He can't be that dumb.
He can't be that dumb because, like, a child would understand, like, oh, they call them flowers because they look like flowers. Okay.
Exactly.
Like, it's just like... everything with him is just like...
Intentionally really, really dumb.
Isn't he dumb? Isn't that funny? It's like, no, that's not funny. It's kind of, like, offensive.
So they do the supply run.
And also not funny.
Yeah, they do a supply run. You see the Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
The main zombie.
Yeah. Yeah, we call him Big Daddy.
Because he has Big Daddy on a patch on his chest.
He obviously worked for the gas station, so he got his jumpsuit on, and his name tag says Big Daddy. What fucking gas station would be like, yeah, sure, put your name as Big Daddy?
Well, this movie takes out place by Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So I feel like it makes sense, because people in Pennsylvania are usually pretty dumb.
Do we have any listeners in Pennsylvania?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, if we do, they're not dumb. They're very smart.
I mean, they're not as dumb as Flint, Michigan. Boom! I had to get that in there for this week. Take that, Flint. Drink that water, idiots.
I forgot we were supposed to apologize to Flint before we started the episode.
Take that, Flint, Michigan. Gotcha.
Sorry again, Flint, Michigan.
How's that lead taste?
My thoughts and prayers go out to you.
Has that lead taste? Tangy.
We have lead in our water.
Tangy.
Tangy.
So, anyway.
Sorry for Michigan. Sorry, Pittsburgh. Sorry, all Pennsylvania.
So that's why they would be like, well, that's really funny. Put Big Daddy on your jumpsuit.
Yeah, I forgot how south.
Oh my God! Well, Pennsylvania.
Rural.
You have to remember, rural Pennsylvania is also right by West Virginia.
Oh yeah, I always forget because when I was a kid, we went to Pennsylvania a lot, but we went to the Poconos, so it was kind of like.
Oh, there's some weirdos up in the Poconos too.
Yeah, it was like my grandparents' house. So to me, it was always like north, just because we went up a mountain.
Yeah.
So I always kind of forget the geography of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's northwest.
Yeah.
But up
It's
in
big,
the
yeah.
Poconos, there's some
sure.
redneck. It's like Pineys.
Yeah,
they're like Pineys.
every rural area has like
they're like
a
Pineys.
community. Yeah, sure.
Which is what we call people that live down in the Pine Barrens in New Jersey.
Yeah.
For those of you who do not know what a piney is, that live all over the place, and they're like New Jersey redneck white trash.
I was gonna say white trash. I'm like, I shouldn't say white trash, just in case there's listeners.
Well, I'll say it. But,
not all of them.
They like to point out that if the Mason-Dixon line continued, that it would cut right through the middle of New Jersey.
Do they say that?
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh, that's funny.
And it would cut the Pine Barrens off from the rest of New Jersey if the Mason-Dixon line continued.
We should say not all of them.
I feel like a 98% of the people that live in the Pine Barrens, not around it, in the actual Pine Barrens themselves.
Okay.
Those are the Pineys.
Sure.
They're weird.
Okay, just the Pineys. So
Yeah, just the Pineys.
The Pineys are the white trash.
Yeah.
So if you are...
If you're from South Jersey, you're not white trash. But if you're a Piney, you're white trash.
My only experience with the Pine
Once again, everybody, this is a comedy podcast.
Yes, we are joking most of the time.
Yeah, except when I make fun of Flint, Michigan.
My only experience with the Pine Barrens is I went there to...
That's where the Jersey Devil's from.
I went there to do a snake dig.
So, like, you just whipped your weeder out?
and buried it, and then dug it up. No, my brother and I went there, and we...
Dug for snakes?
It was like a scientific thing, so we had to, like, dig up snakes and, like, shit. It was cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was actually really cool.
Had nothing to do with your weeder.
No, it didn't. I did piss it there, though, in the woods. There's, like, a bunch of people around. I'm like, I gotta go piss in the woods.
That's where the Jersey Devil's from.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, everybody. You're learning New Jersey geography and white trashness on this podcast.
What are the facts?
Because here's how the rest of the movie goes. Big Black Zombie has emotions and hates that these white people are killing.
Yeah, they're like going through and just shooting zombies, and he's like...
Oh, yeah, Big Daddy's a big black guy. That's why I call him Big Black Zombie. So he's either Big Daddy or Big Black Zombie.
Okay.
That's what I'll call him. Because he's like a Michael Clark Duncan or Ving Rhames big dude.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
That's like his characteristic.
Yeah.
Eugene Clark is the guy who plays Big Daddy.
I clicked to see what else he was in, because I'm like, he kind of like...
He does look very familiar.
He does look like he's been in other things. I don't see him in many other things.
I have not seen any of the other movies he's known for.
No. I didn't look at all of them, but I just looked at...
He was known for 3 Men and a Baby. I've never seen that.
I just saw Land of the Dead was like the first, so I'm like, okay, if that was his biggest thing, I probably... If I remember him, it's like from something that I won't even remember.
Yeah. So he has emotions, hates that everybody else is killing these zombies.
Yeah.
And decides to, like, sort of follow this big RV tank thing that they've built.
It's a crazy contraption.
Back to the city, where there's a big high-rise called Fiddler's Green.
Yeah.
Where all the rich people live. It's like a high-rise Trump Towers apartment sort of thing. And that is where Dennis Hopper lives.
That's where Dennis Hopper lives. That's where John Leguizamo wants to get into.
Yeah, John Leguizamo wants to live there, and Riley... This is also his last day. It's John Leguizamo's and Riley's last day working on this crew. And Riley, his plan is he bought a car, and he's just going to drive out of the city and find someplace else to live. Yeah. He doesn't want to live in the city anymore. He's like, people are like, oh, the fences, they're keeping the dead out and keeping us out of Fiddler's Green. And Riley says to the one very stereotypical Irishman character, he says, you say they're keeping us, they're keeping them out. He's like, I see us being locked in. Yeah. And he's like, I want to live someplace where there's no fences. Yeah. Which seems like a really dumb idea during the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, it's safe there.
Yeah, it was relatively safe until Big Daddy fucked that all up.
God damn it, Big Daddy.
Ooh, Daddy.
Oh, Daddy.
So...
Although, I did say that to you earlier when we were watching the movie.
You did, it was weird.
He took off his belt and I said, ooh, you gonna spank me, Daddy?
It's very
You got really uncomfortable for a
very,
second.
It's very uncomfortable.
It's fine. But like some of the we should kind of talk a little bit about this movie.
Well, that's I was going to delve into a little bit more of this stuff.
I was going to say, like, some of the dumb things are like when he's killing the zombies, like Big Daddy like looks up to the sky and like yells like, "Oh!"
Yeah, he goes, "Ah!" Like to show that he's upset.
Yeah, like it's just corny shit. Okay.
John Leguizamo, they go back to the thing. John Leguizamo goes up to Dennis Hopper's apartment and is like, "Hey, listen, I have enough money now. I'm going to buy an apartment to live here
with all the money you owe me," because he's been doing shit. He's like, dumping bodies for him and bringing him like whatever he wants.
Yeah. And Dennis Hopper's like, "Well, there's like a committee to get people in and blah 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 blah." And he's like, "Don't you do this to me?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah,
he's like, "How about we talk about it when you're a little bit more cooled down?" And he calls in a security guard to kick him out. John Leguizamo decides he's going to get revenge.
Well, he calls the security guard to kick him out, and he says to the security guard, like, "I don't want to see this guy in here anymore."
Yeah,
telling him basically, kill this guy.
Exactly.
But Dennis Hopper's also like, basically like, you're too low class to be in here.
Exactly. Which honestly, John Leguizamo is a little too low class to live in.
Oh yeah, let's be honest. He's a scummy asshole.
His name is Cholo.
Yeah.
I feel like no one in that place is named Cholo.
No, it's all very like.
It's very posh,
very posh, like upper scale type shit.
Yeah, like John Leguizamo should be like, you know what,
like
I don't belong here.
Yeah, like we wouldn't be allowed in.
No, definitely not.
No.
The Pineys wouldn't be allowed in.
People from Flint, Michigan wouldn't.
Hell no, they wouldn't.
Oh, I feel so bad for Flint, Michigan.
They'd be all dead from drinking all the water.
The zombie apocalypse would be great for them because they would be able to get the fuck out of Flint, Michigan and go somewhere safer.
Maybe that's where the zombie apocalypse begins. Is Flint, Michigan.
Yeah. I wonder if we can make it one episode without insulting Flint, Michigan.
No, I'm going to
make
sure.
Insulting anyone.
We could have done it this episode, but I purposely did it just to insult Flint, Michigan.
Just to make me remember that this is a bit we do where we make fun of, like, people who are having a really rough time.
So,
isn't it funny to laugh at the less fortunate?
Yeah, that's all I laugh at.
Yeah, I mean,
you can laugh at other people other than people who are less fortunate than you?
I think so. I never tried it. I think you can, though.
Interesting.
Okay, so...
I didn't think that was possible.
So, Georgie Romero's Land of the Dead.
Let's restart this podcast. Welcome, everybody, to episode 14.
Like 2.5 hours.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 14 of Land of the Dead. We're not restarting. We're already 31 minutes in.
Fuck.
While this is going on, while John Leguizamo is talking with Dennis Hopper, Riley, stereotypical white guy, and Bernie Face, that's what I'm going to call the... Charlie.
Bernie Face Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie Face Sanders. Yeah. Because half of his face is all burned up.
Yeah.
And he has like one white eye, like he's blind in one eye.
I think they explain why, but I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it either. So Bernie Face and stereotypical white guy go to the city part where like all the scummy Pineys live.
Yeah.
And they...
I like this little city. I would like to live in a place like this.
Oh, this little city, like the underground fight club, it's prostitute.
So cool. Yeah, it's just like whatever you want.
Zombie picture den. That is someplace that Mike the Asshole would fit in perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
I would be running that bitch.
Yeah.
Because it's fantastic.
Mike the Dick.
Yeah, Mike the Dick, Mike the Asshole. I forgot what the hashtag is.
We'll come up with like a good supervillain name for you.
I like it. Okay. So this is someplace that I would love at this point. There's zombie pit fights. There's gambling.
Yeah.
There's prostitutes. There's a dude selling drugs.
Yeah.
There's a guy taking pictures with people with zombies.
Oh yeah.
Like as like a souvenir photo.
Yeah.
Like this place. There's a bar. Like this place is cool. They go down there because Riley went and his car that he bought was missing.
Yeah.
And he's like, what the hell? And Charlie's like, did you get fucked, Riley?
Yeah.
And then like the homeless guy that was there was like, you got fucked!
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Did he really need to yell that line of dialogue?
It was kind of dumb.
So they go and talk to Chihuahua.
Oh, yes.
Chihuahua is a little person. A little Mexican person.
Yep.
Wearing a cowboy hat with a snakeskin band. And a purple pimp suit.
Yeah.
And he goes and talks to this guy and, like, picks him up off the ground.
Yeah.
And, like, holds him up in the
He's
air.
like, where the fuck is my car?
Yeah. And, he's like, you fucked me on this. And the guy's like, oh, no, that's not what I intend to do. And, like, he brings him over to the bar. He's like, you better fix this. And he's like, oh, go over there. While that's going on, they toss a woman into the zombie fight pit for the zombie fights.
They're like, oh, what is it, cat or dog today? And they're like, no, we got something
special. And they throw a woman in there who turns out later on you learn she's a prostitute.
Yeah.
but she's like trying to get away. Stereotypical white guy is like, what the hell? And like pulls out his gun and shoots the two zombies. And then Chihuahua pulls out a gun and tries to shoot white guy. Like there's a gunfight going on at this point in here.
And like the prostitute, what's her name?
In real life or
the character or
Slack. Her name in real life is Asia Argento.
Yeah.
Her character name is Slack.
Slack. Okay. I'm not sure which one of those I want to say.
The people in this movie have terrible names.
Yeah.
You have Riley Denbo. He's the only. Him and Cholo are the only people with first and last names.
Yeah.
It's Riley Denbo, Cholo Demora. Then you have Kaufman. That's Dennis Hopper.
Okay.
You have Slack.
Okay.
That's just her name. Charlie. That's Bernie Face.
Yeah.
You got Big Daddy. I guess his last name's Daddy. First name Big.
Last name Daddy. First name Big. I like it. I wish Big was my first name.
Daddy. Big Daddy. I take my brain shaken, not stirred.
They call me Daddy. Big Daddy.
You got Pretty Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, Pretty Boy's the...
She was the chick,
yeah, she was the chick. You got Foxy.
Foxy.
I don't remember him in
Pretty
this movie
Boy,
at all.
That's a weird name for a girl, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I think that's normally a name for a boy. Obviously, I mean, because boy's in the name, but like...
Call me Pretty Boy.
Yeah, I don't know, it seems weird.
Foxy. You got number 9.
Don't know who the fuck that is.
Butcher. That was the Butcher zombie.
Oh, okay.
Tambourine Man.
That was probably the Tambourine
There was
zombie.
somebody called Mouse.
Okay.
Anchor. Oh, Anchor was the zombie that was on the bridge. So, like, all these zombies, they came up with, like, weird nicknames for.
Yeah. Why? Did they think anyone would care?
I don't know.
Other than us?
It's strange.
Yeah.
Pillsbury, that was the big...
Oh,
Pillsbury was sweet.
Yeah, Pillsbury was cool. He worked for Kaufman.
Pillsbury comes in a little later on. He's like a security soldier guy for Kaufman. They're like, oh, his name's Pillsbury. He walks through the door, and it's this big fucking dude. I thought he was Samoan looking at him at first, because he's like a big Samoan-looking dude. He's actually Nicaraguan, but he's a big dude.
He's like a big, badass-looking dude.
Yeah, he was really cool looking.
Yeah.
That was Pillsbury. Pedro Miguel Arce. RC, I don't know. However you fucking say it.
Was
ARCE.
Oh, okay.
ARCE, that's why I feel like it's Arce.
Yeah. Weird name for a character?
Well, no, that was his real name.
Oh.
That's Pillsbury's real name.
Oh, right. Unfortunate name if he grew up in the UK.
So they fight in the thing, gunfight. At this point, John Leguizamo at the same time.
I wanted to say, like, Slack, like, kicks white guy out of the way. Like,
and she gets, like, shot in the shoulder.
Yeah, which, like, we won't totally get into it, but it doesn't make any sense where she got shot, but whatever.
The gunfight really ends when Bernie Face licks the end of his gun and then shoots Chihuahua right in the head as he's, like, running.
It's been established he's, like, really good at shooting.
He's a really good shot.
It's been established because he said it.
And at that point, a security guard comes in and, like, arrests them.
Yeah.
And they get thrown into jail. At this point, John Leguizamo has killed that security guard.
Oh, yeah, the one who
taken his gun. Killed the security guard. Took his gun. The security guards, we noticed, are dressed like Nazis in this movie.
Yes.
They are wearing very, like, Nazi SS-style uniforms.
Yeah, like gray uniforms.
Yeah, like grayish. Not black, but they're wearing gray. They have an armband.
Yes.
And they have, like, a very,
like... swastika on it.
No swastika.
No.
But they have a very Nazi-looking, like, uniform going on.
Yeah, you immediately get, like, oh, I get it. Nazis.
Yeah, like, you look at it, you're like, oh, like, they're the bad guys. They are dressed like Nazis.
Like, it doesn't go further than Nazis are bad and these guys are bad. Like, there's really no, like, theme
There's
there.
no other correlation.
Yeah, it's just
it's
like...
not like you look at it and you're like, oh, look, they do things Nazis do.
Yeah. No,
like, oh, look, they're tossing babies in the air and shooting them. Like, that's not one of the things they do in the movie.
No, they don't do that in the movie.
No.
I'm glad. Oh, no, I'm glad.
I'm glad.
Yeah, but it was just like, Nazis bad, these guys bad. Get it?
Yeah,
okay, I get it.
It's very strange. And, like, it's not like even, like, one of the underarching themes was Nazism in this movie.
Yeah, no, unless we're dumb and this is a brilliant fucking movie.
Unless this is dumb and, like, the whole theme behind it was the Holocaust, which it wouldn't make any sense because there was nothing with the Holocaust.
I mean, they were fenced in. Can we do anything with that?
No.
Not really, no.
No, not really.
Yeah, no.
Because they're fenced in for their own protection.
Yeah, but, like, the guy says they're kind of fenced in. No.
This movie has...
No.
It's official. The Zomboys have determined this movie has nothing to do with the Holocaust.
Correct.
Aim for the head. That's the end of the episode, people.
Fuck it, good. I'm bored.
John Leguizamo goes, he steals the big RV with like all the guns and the missiles and stuff on it.
So what he does is he has like a slip from like yesterday, like a work slip, like here, I need the truck. So he goes to the guy, he's like, oh hey, I need the truck. He gives him the work slip, and he's like, oh, this is from yesterday. He's like, oh, my drinking or whatever, like, and then he goes to like grab the other one apparently, but he grabs a gun.
Yeah, he goes to go grab a gun behind him.
Then you hear security guards screaming like off in the distance, where they're like practice target shooting. What do they say?
They're practice shooting.
Yeah. And then he screams. Like, what do they practice screaming? So that guy runs away, so he doesn't kill him. So
and it turns out that it was Big Daddy is there with all of his zombies, and they are attacking the outside of the city now.
Yeah.
So this is like on the very outside of the city. So he's attacking the outside of the city, and they're working their way in. At this point, John Leguizamo's like, we don't even have to kill anybody. Yeah, they jump in the truck, they drive away.
The truck have a name?
The Redeemer or something like that.
Okay, the Redeemer.
I'll call it the Redeemer.
Yeah,
I don't
me
know
too.
what it was called.
I don't care. It's the Redeemer. So they get in the Redeemer and they like drive off or whatever, and then he... What? Do you see something cool? Mike's doing what he typically does and just browses the internet.
I did, because Pillsbury in this movie plays a fucking Samoan guy. Yes! He is Samoan.
What do you mean he plays a Samoan guy?
Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Because there is a...
You're so excited.
Because there is a quote in this movie. Okay. When they steal a car later on, Pillsbury, Motown, apparently he's one of the people in the movies.
Okay.
And he goes...
Oh, that was the woman.
He yells, yellow to red. Like, that's how you hotwire a car. And she goes, what the fuck does a Samoan know about hotwiring a car?
Oh, weird.
And he goes, 50,000 cars stolen in Samoa every year. And Motown goes, well, 1 million Detroit. And Pillsbury goes, Detroit has 50 million cars. Samoa, 50,000. Every one stolen. So, there we go. He's Samoan? Yes!
In the movie.
I can call him a big Samoan dude, then.
Well, he's not actually.
But I can call him a big Samoan dude.
His character is.
Maybe he is partially Samoan. He could be...
He could be... Yes, of course he could be part Samoan.
He could be Venezuelan or whatever he is, and part Samoan. Yeah. Nicaraguan and part Samoan.
Yeah, we should get...
two things.
That brings us to our sponsor, 23andMe.
This brings us to our sponsor.
If you want to know what nationalities and actors are, just hunt them down and get their spit.
Don't do that.
Nah.
But if you want to know what nationality you are, send me your spit, and I'll guess.
Spit in the mail and send it to me, and I'll taste it and tell you what you are.
I'll guess what you are by looking at your spit.
And that's only 80% accuracy. If you want 100%, you know what you got to do.
Spit in the mail and send me your spit.
Nah, that's 80%.
I collect spit.
I'm talking about jizz. Jizz in an envelope. Send it to me.
I feel like that's against the law for some reason.
Is it?
Probably
right.
Tampering with the mail. Get the mail all sticky.
Okay, put it in a Ziploc bag.
There you go. Better.
Thank you.
Ziploc bag, then in an envelope. Don't just take a Ziploc bag and put a zip on it and send that in the mail.
It's just a Ziploc bag full of human ejaculate.
It's like...
What would you do if you were a postal carrier and you just pulled that out of your bag? Would you deliver it?
I mean... Nor rain, nor sleet, no snow,
nor cum.
Nor cum. I feel like that's in there. Will stop me from delivering this mail. Yeah. So, I mean, if somebody was just coming all over the sidewalk, they'd have to keep walking through it and deliver the mail.
Man, all right. If you're a listener out there and you're got free time, figure out how long we talk about the movie and how long we're not talking about the movie. Because I don't care. I think if this movie was boring, I think it's funnier that we talk about it.
I think this is hysterical. That's just going off on tangents. But I also thought Dawn of the Dead was a good one. I don't know if our fans agree.
Yeah, we might stop doing a zombie podcast at some point. And it might just be called Zomboys, and we just talk about coming in the mail.
And we just start by talking about a zombie movie and go off the rails.
Yeah.
So the zombies are attacking the thing. John Leguizamo takes the truck, and he goes and he's like, you have until midnight, $75 million.
He calls Dennis Hopper.
Or I'm going to blow up your fucking tower, Dennis Hopper.
Because this thing's got like
scumbag.
Crazy missiles, and this thing is like super fitted out with like every weapon you could conceive of.
Exactly.
So he's like, listen, send me the money you owe me plus $5 million, or I'm going to blow the fuck out of your tower because you just fucked me. So
Dennis Hopper decides he's going to send stereotypical white guy Bernie Face and Prostitute.
Yes.
To go after John Leguizamo and take this thing back, take the Redeemer back, and bring it back to the city. And meanwhile, they send a guy who says that he is part bullfighter.
Okay.
You got Motown the lady.
Yes.
And you got,
Nicaragua.
Pillsbury.
Yeah.
The Samoan. And so they're going to go with them. And at this point, there's a zombie that bites one of them.
Oh,
just
boy.
a little bit later on in this movie.
God.
So they're escaping.
God, I can't wait to talk about
They're
this.
escaping and going. They're getting a car, and they're going to go after the. They're in like the motor pool where the zombies first attacked.
Yeah, so they're seeing zombies around and shit.
They're in there. They're getting a car so they can go after the Redeemer.
I think they're looking for like a 50 caliber ammo belt for their
yeah, they're looking for something.
M60.
And they get into the car, and one of the zombies comes up and grabs onto the guy's arm, and it's like a priest zombie because I noticed he had like the little white collar on.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh fuck!"
But he has no head.
He turns and he has no head, but the zombie's moving. You're like, "Well, that's strange." And then the zombie whips kind of forward, and his head comes like still attached to like nerves on his spine, and like whips forward and bites onto the guy's arm. Like, ah!
It is so fucking stupid looking.
Insane.
Like, he's just got his head dangling behind his back, and then he whips it forward and lands onto
and
this
bites
guy's
the
arm
guy.
and bites him.
And then they knock his head back.
Yeah.
And his head flies back behind him again.
Yeah.
And Bernie Face shoots through the zombie's chest, and then it hits the zombie in the head and kills it.
It was so fucking insane. You missed it at first because you were looking at your phone because we didn't really pay attention to this movie because it was stupid.
It's true. I was probably looking up some sort of weird facts about this movie.
Yeah, or watching porn. But I was laughing super hard, and you're like, "Oh, what just happened?" I'm like, "Rewind. You have to see this."
We rewound this movie 2 times.
Yeah.
I rewound it once for this. We rewound it again because the moon looked really weird. And we wanted to point out if the moon looked weird. The moon looked weird, but it wasn't out of...
It looked crazier when I first saw it, so I wanted you to rewind it.
Yeah.
If any of you listen to my other podcast, Trial by Pilot, you know I like science, I like space and shit. So.
If you listen to my other podcast, Man on the Moon, that's my other podcast. I just talk about the moon for an hour every episode. So far, I have 75 episodes where I just talk about the moon for an hour. So 75 hours about the moon.
Tell me something about the moon.
Did you know that the moon...
give me 3 facts about the moon.
The moon is hollow.
Okay.
And there's a whole civilization that lives inside.
Okay.
It's made out of cheese. For real. It's made out of cheese. Also, there's Nazis on the moon. That's who lives inside the moon.
God damn it. I thought 3 would be enough, that I would stump you. But you got it.
You got Nazis living
Give me 10 more.
inside the moon. Alright, so far we got civilization in the moon, we got moon cheese, we got Nazis in the moon. There's also a whole underground ocean involved.
Okay.
Much like Hollow Earth.
Yes, which is true.
Oh, it is true.
Yes.
Like, Journey to the Center of the Earth is a real thing.
I know.
There's dinosaurs in the middle.
I
giant
told
mushrooms,
you I like science. I know.
Giant mushrooms. People who think the Earth is flat. You're dumb. Obviously, the Earth is hollow.
Yeah, it's but isn't it flat and hollow?
It can't. No, nope. Can't be.
Okay.
I think it can be, but flat Earthers will tell you that it can't, and then hollow Earthers will also tell you it can't be both. They hate each other.
Really?
Yeah, they actually hate each other. There's actually people that think the Earth is flat, and those people are really dumb. And if you are a flat Earther, stop listening to the podcast right now because I don't want your listenership because you are an idiot.
We barely have any listeners, but really, if you're a flat Earther, you're a
flat
fucking
Earther,
moron.
do not listen to us anymore.
I don't care.
Because you're an idiot. If you're a hollow Earther, I'm 100% behind you, baby. Woo! Hollow Earth for life.
Oh, this is a good podcast.
But
we do good things.
But flat Earthers, you guys are a bunch of fucking idiots. So
just go to the Arctic and look for the ice wall. Jeez.
Well, it's like Game of Thrones. There's an ice wall, and then beyond it, there's White Walkers. There's a dragon.
Well, that's what they think is around the whole Earth is the ice wall.
Well, yeah, but like you get beyond that wall. Because no, you haven't heard this new flat Earth theory?
No, what is it?
Some people believe that beyond the ice wall, there's more lands.
What?
Like there's more islands, and like that's where dinosaurs and shit are.
No.
Yes.
I gotta look. Don't look it up. I'll look it up later because it'll take a while to. Don't look it up. I believe that's somebody said that. you're not going to find, like, a scientific paper on this.
Well, no, this is what people think the Earth looks like.
He's showing me. Okay.
That you have this is where we live, and then outside, there's more lands with another ice wall.
Wow.
Double ice walls. This is where the White Walkers and dragons live.
Okay.
Is inside this ring. We live inside this ring.
Man, some humans are fucking morons, huh? Flat Earth ice wall explains. Man.
Oh, jeez.
Zombie movie.
So at this point, they go after John Leguizamo. You find out that Riley, stereotypical white guy, his whole plan is that he's going to kick John Leguizamo out of the truck and take the truck for himself so he can escape.
Yeah.
They get to John Leguizamo, and that's what they end up doing, was they kick John Leguizamo out.
Yeah.
Instead of escaping, Riley decides he's going back to the city to help save the normal people that are there.
Yeah,
that the zombies are attacking, because the zombies have made their way across the river now and decimating everything.
Yeah, they're really
zombies are fucking up all kinds of shit.
Sure.
At this point, John Leguizamo and one of his bodyguards go off. John Leguizamo gets bit, and he does something very interesting here.
Oh, yeah.
He gets bit, and his bodyguard's like, oh, well,
he like pumps
I'll give you the choice. And John Leguizamo goes, no, I've wanted to see how the other half lives, and decides to become a zombie.
Yeah, he's like, nah, don't kill me. I kind of want to see what happens.
Which is pretty cool later in the movie when he helps kill Dennis Hopper.
Yeah.
Because he gets to... They drive back to the city, and he drops John Leguizamo off. Mm. And John Leguizamo decides he's going to go kill Dennis Hopper.
Yes.
Like, that's his whole thing now. Now he's pissed off. I'm going to kill Dennis Hopper.
He's like, I'm going to die anyway. I'm going to fucking kill that asshole before I do.
He gets in his... he gets into the city. Mm-hmm. Dennis Hopper, at this point, escapes down below, and he's going to get in a limousine and drive out of the city.
Let me bring it back like a few minutes. So,
where he shoots the guy in the neck?
Yes. So Dennis Hopper is... He's like... It's 12 o'clock, which was like the deadline. And he hasn't heard back from Riley, the stereotypical white guy. So he's got 2 duffel bags like full of money, and he's leaving. And one of his board members or whatever comes up. He's like, "Oh, what's that?" He's like, "Money." And he's like, "Oh."
He goes, "Whose money?"
"Whose money?" He's like,
and he goes, "Oh, look over there."
And he's like, "Oh crap, what is that?" And so the guy turns and he pulls out a gun and just shoots him in the back of the head. And
the best part is that he goes like, "Oh, look over there," like very unenthusiastic.
Oh yeah, he doesn't
even do it good at all.
He does not give a shit in this movie. But as soon as he does that, Riley calls him and he's like, "Don't worry, I got the Redeemer back. The towers are safe." And he's like, "Man, I really wish you would have said that like 1 minute ago."
Because I did something that I wouldn't have done otherwise. Yeah. But it turns out probably good that he did it anyway, because there's zombies coming into the tower.
Yeah, I mean, who cares?
Big Daddy has a jackhammer. He smashes the front window, and they end up inside the tower.
Yeah, they get in the big tower.
He runs with his manservant downstairs to the parking garage, where he's going to get into a limo, and his manservant's going to drive him away.
Yes.
So he gets into this limo. The manservant runs and opens up the door, like he's going to run back to the car and then drive them out.
Yeah. Like the garage door.
Yeah. And Big Daddy comes and is trying to get into the car. Yeah. Manservant looks at him and goes, "Fuck that," and runs away.
He says something funny to Dennis Hopper.
And Dennis Hopper's like, "Get back here, you have the keys, you idiot."
Yeah.
And Big Daddy's like trying to get into the car, he can't, so he goes and there's a gas pump next to it.
Yeah.
And he remembers like, "Oh, I was a gas attendant.
Yeah.
I could light this on fire." And smashes like the windshield enough that he can shove the nozzle into it and turn it on and start filling the car up with gas.
Yeah. And we said,
we're like, "Dennis Hopper, get the fuck out of there."
Well, we were like, it'd be funny if he only kind of remembered about gasoline and he was just trying to drown him in gasoline.
That'd be pretty great.
If he's just like, I remember liquid comes out of this and humans can't breathe.
I feel like you get really, really high before you drowned in the car full of gasoline.
It would actually probably be a dope way to die, because you get so fucking high, and then the euphoria of drowning, like apparently it's like super euphoric. I actually know someone who almost drowned and they said it was like amazing. I'm not gonna say who. If they listen to this, they know who they are. I'm not saying his name because...
So anyway, I wasn't expecting to say the name. I'm not saying his name. But like, you know who you are.
But like, because like you hear that, so like I imagine being super high on gasoline fumes and then drowning would be fucking crazy dope.
Yeah. So. Fuck, now I'm distracted. Yeah. Because now I'm thinking about how cool it would be to drown in gasoline.
Because it's a big limo, so it would take a while to fill up, so you get real high.
Yeah, he would have gotten really, really high while he was doing this.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like because the limo's not, like, watertight, a lot of it would leak out all over the floor.
It would just leak out.
So I feel like he would just get really, really high until he died.
Yeah, it would just...
Like, he would just get high to death.
The gas would run out.
So, he eventually gets out of the car.
Yeah,
Big Daddy walks away.
Yeah, he like walks away.
And you're like, what the fuck's he doing? And then Dennis Hopper gets out of the car, takes the gas thing and like throws it off to the side, goes over, reloads his gun because he's out of ammo now, like runs over to the money bags, reloads his gun, and now you look and you see
in the shadows
is Cholo. John Leguizamo's in there.
Yep.
And he's kind of walking towards him, and he shoots he has a spear gun that he's using this whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like a small little harpoon gun, like you'd use for like snorkel fishing.
Yeah.
And he shoots a harpoon and misses. And Casey's like, he never misses because he doesn't miss during the movie. And I was like, well, it's because he's a zombie now. He missed.
Yeah.
And Casey's like, you spoiled it. But it was super obvious he was a zombie because now Dennis Hopper starts shooting at him and hits him like 3 times and like
he's like hitting him in the chest.
And he like just like stumbles back a little bit and then he keeps coming. And then he comes out of the shadows and you see that he's a zombie. And he grabs onto Dennis Hopper and kind of wrestles with him on top of the car a little bit, like he's trying to bite him.
Yep.
And Big Daddy comes back with like a flaming like lantern thing,
something that's on fire,
and throws it into the gasoline. It blows up,
fucking blows him up,
and blows everybody back.
Yeah.
So kills Dennis Hopper.
Yep.
At this point, you see stereotypical white guys there. They got into the city with the truck, and they kind of helped save the day and push the zombies back.
Yeah.
And at this point, Irish guy's there, and he's like, we can finally make this into what we've wanted.
Yeah.
Will you stay? And stereotypical white guy's like, no, I'm gonna still take this truck. And,
he's like, no, fuck you guys, handle this on yourself.
You see the zombies walking away on a bridge.
You see the zombies walking away on a bridge.
And he pulls out a set of binoculars and looks, and it like super zooms in really, really well.
Yeah.
I guess if they were good binoculars, they would do that.
They were shady
but it
binoculars.
also like turns like it's super dark because it's nighttime at this point, and turns everything like perfectly into like nice bright color.
Oh no, but only the one zombie.
Only Big Daddy.
Like in the distance, they're all super dark, but when you see Big Daddy, he's like bright.
And the one lady like grabs like onto the controls like she's gonna shoot like the machine guns on the front of the
to
Redeemer
kill these zombies.
To kill these zombies
because these zombies just smashed into like their civilization and killed almost everyone, and like can do it again at any point. And we know this guy's like the head, and he's like,
no, he goes, no, he's like, they're just trying to find a place to live or find a place to go.
They're looking for a home too.
Yeah,
he's like, no, they're not.
I'd
they're
be like,
fucking monsters.
Shoot all those fucking zombies.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? They're looking for a home. No, they're not. They would kill you the second if you were next to them. They wouldn't be like, no, we're just looking for a home. No, they'd fucking kill you, you idiot.
Idiot.
Dumb way to end the movie.
Idiot white people. White people are so dumb.
They are so dumb.
White people are dumb. I'm going on record by saying white people are dumb.
Majority of flat earthers probably white. I'm pretty sure they are. Well, they are.
I feel like a majority of flat earthers are probably white.
I can say that with some confidence.
I feel like white people are very dumb. Like, look at all the dumb things they do.
Yeah.
Like, they jump out of perfectly good airplanes. It's a perfectly good airplane. Why would you jump out of it? Skydiving. Oh. White people skydive.
I thought you were talking about...
No.
I'm sure other people do, too.
Yeah, but mainly white people.
It is a dumb thing to do.
Who skis? White people. White people ski.
What's wrong with skiing? Other people ski.
Mostly white people.
Well, I think you're just thinking of...
It's mostly a white person sport. Let's be honest.
Well...
Like ice hockey. Ice hockey's mainly a white person sport.
I guess.
There's a couple of other people that play ice hockey, but it's mainly white people.
Well, that's probably because...
It's probably because who else wants to play a sport where the main function is to fist fight? Drunk white people. Drunk, piney white people and Canadians.
Fair enough.
Fucking Canadians.
I love Canadians.
They're so nice, but I feel like they have all that pent-up anger, and that's why they're really good at hockey.
I think that
because they're good at just fighting.
I think they like ride after like every sporting event.
Probably. They jizz in the mail and send it to you.
I like Canada.
Blame Canada.
I was just gonna say
Blame Canada.
I was going to sing the Canadian national anthem, which I have memorized. Do you know which national anthem I don't know? Ours. I never learned it. I learned the Canadian one because we were going to Canada, and I thought it'd be a funny bit.
Goddamn Canada still caring about the Queen of England.
I saw a moose up there.
Still caring about the Queen of England.
Yeah.
Also, we learned today. Now we're done with the movie. That was the end of the movie.
The royal wedding was recently. Meghan Markle's hot.
I don't even know who that is.
She just married that prince boy.
Whatever.
Okay.
Who cares? Who cares? We fought against them for independence back in 1776. I don't even care about fucking...
I think we're friends again.
Well, I'm sure we are friends again, but like...
Me and you?
Well, no. Us in England. Not me and you.
Me and you in England?
I hate you.
Fuck you, you piece of shit. Fuck you.
No, I love you, Casey.
Yeah, but I do hate you, actually.
No, but we fought against them back in 1776, so I have the right to not care about the Queen of England and the stupid royal wedding.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't care about the Queen of England.
So, like, I didn't care.
I think a lot of people in the UK don't care about the Queen of England.
No, I'm sure. We have a listener in Belfast. We learned that today, and so I was going to bring that up because that's part of the United Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
They're in Ireland.
Yeah.
Shout out top of the morning to you over there in
don't
Belfast.
Say that. They hate that.
Do they?
I believe people in Ireland fucking hate that.
If you say top
because
of
it's
the
like
morning,
so outdated and it's just like an idiotic thing.
Top of the morning
Yeah,
to you.
I'm pretty sure they hate that. I have also been to Ireland.
Interesting.
Yes.
Did you get Lucky Charms while you were over there?
No.
Were they always after your Lucky Charms?
No. I did eat a lot of potatoes. I did.
I've heard that Ireland is beautiful.
Oh, it's great.
I've heard it's beautiful. I've heard when people say, "Oh, like all the shades of green and everything." I've heard it's very beautiful.
It's really
there.
nice, but there was fucking a lot of potatoes.
I won't bust people's balls about Ireland.
Nah. Oh no, it's great.
It sounds like it's a pretty cool place.
I was a little kid when we went to a wedding, and they were doing like line dancing there, and I thought it was cool. But I was little, I didn't want to do it in front of other people, so during the wedding, I snuck outside. I was like 6 probably. I snuck outside and hid in a bush and practiced line dancing, and everyone found me like doing line dancing by myself in a bush.
And they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with this kid?
Like, oh,
for line dancing in a bush by himself, fucking weirdo."
Is it called line dancing? That's not
river dancing.
River dancing, yeah.
Like river dance.
Yeah. So
the other thing Ireland's known for: Lucky Charms, snakes, and river dancing.
Yeah. Well, not having snakes.
Well, yeah, they're known for not having snakes. Because everybody knows that St. Patrick drove all the snakes out of Ireland.
Sure.
That's what he was known for.
Yeah, not just because snakes typically live in warmer climates.
Well, no, but he's known for driving all the snakes out of Ireland.
Yeah,
my girlfriend claims that it's a allegory. I say
probably.
It's no. I say no. He actually got all the snakes out and drove them into the sea and drowned all these snakes.
I think a lot of snakes can swim.
Probably not Irish snakes, though. Probably too drunk. Boom! Aha! Gotcha!
To our Irish listener, I am part Irish, so if that offended you, I'm sorry. But I also am a drunk, so it's okay.
I'm not Irish at all, so...
I know. That's why we went to Ireland.
Yeah.
Well, obviously. Part of my family right there, yeah.
Obviously.
My 3 big memories are a lot of potatoes, river dancing in the bushes.
Snakes.
No snakes. And
can't go snake digging there.
We had a really nice family keeping hosting us, and they made us like wonderful breakfasts every morning. And one morning, I don't know why, I just threw up on the whole table over the massive breakfast they made us. Just puked on all of it.
Did they make you eat blood sausage?
No, I didn't have any blood sausage there.
Good. Disgusting eating blood and rice.
I don't eat any of that stuff.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
You're disgusting, Ireland. Eating blood.
Did they eat that in Ireland?
I think they eat blood sausage. I think they call it something else.
Sure.
But I think it's blood sausage.
Okay.
They also eat haggis.
Yeah.
Except they call it something else. The Scottish call it haggis.
Yeah.
And I know that Scotland and Ireland are not the same thing.
They're not?
Oh, God.
No, I can see them getting pissed at that.
One time I was with somebody, and there was a woman, she had an Irish accent, and they said, "Oh, where are you from, Scotland?" And they got really pissed.
Yeah.
Like, apparently Ireland and Scotland hate each other. I don't know why.
Do they? I think they just might hate being compared to each other, like New Zealand.
That's like us in like
Australia.
Canada, though.
Yeah.
Like if somebody called me Canadian, I guess I'd get pretty pissed off.
I wouldn't care, but
I'd be like, I'm not a fucking Canadian.
I wouldn't care. I'd just be like, what a weird assumption to make.
I'd be like, I'm not fucking
I'd be like,
Canadian.
wouldn't you guess America first? Like,
shit.
I don't think America's like the greatest country or whatever, but like, I would assume like that would be the
I'm not a
first
fucking
guess.
dirty Canadian, you piece of shit.
Stop. Canada's lovely.
It's almost as bad as Flint, Michigan.
Not nearly as bad as Flint, Michigan.
Yes.
What
so
were we talking about?
that was Little Caesar and Big Caesar.
Oh, yeah.
I give this 2 thumbs.
I just wanted to read a few of like the really cool death scenes.
Perfect.
A few of the cool zombie scenes.
I enjoyed when somebody got their face and head pulled off.
Yeah.
A zombie grabbed the person by like the lips and ripped their whole like face and scalp off at the same time.
So amazing.
It was dope.
There's a scene where a zombie literally shoves his hand down someone's throat
and pulls
like,
their guts
out their guts. That was cool.
There's another scene, it's done in shadow, but somebody gets their head ripped off Sub-Zero style, like with the spine still attached.
Yeah.
So that was pretty dope.
There was one scene that actually, like, all this is happening. It's disgusting. I was loving it. There was one scene that made me cringe so much. A zombie is like scratching at something.
Oh yeah!
And all of her nails get pulled off. It is so fucking gross.
Just by you saying that, like my fingernails feel weird.
Yeah, I'm getting like tingles now, like a little hard.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Disgusting.
That might have been it. Yeah, that's probably it. I just wanted to
There
mention
were some dope death scenes in it.
I just wanted to give a little shout out to the few cool zombie shit.
If you're a big Georgie Romero fan, watch this movie.
Don't.
Well, I'd say watch this movie just to complete out the rest of the...
Yeah, if you're a completionist. Sure.
If you're a completionist, you want to see all the Georgie Romero movies, watch it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, pass on this.
Yeah, like, I'm probably going to go see Solo. Not in the theaters, but I'll probably see it eventually just because I'm like, I should see every Star Wars movie.
I'll see it just because I love Lando Calrissian, and I've wanted another movie with Lando in it.
I honestly don't want to see it because I might not see it just purely because I don't want it to ruin Han Solo for me.
I don't care that much about Han Solo. I just love Lando.
How do you not like Han Solo?
Because Lando is the much cooler character.
I don't know about that.
Ooh, Lando's so cool.
I don't know about that.
Lando's so cool.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right. He was cool.
He's got capes.
Oh,
Han Solo doesn't wear
it's
a cape.
a cloak, you idiot.
Well,
actually, I don't know.
Cape, cloak, whatever. No, but if you're a completionist, watch it.
Yeah.
It's not his worst zombie movie.
Sure.
I will hint at that.
Okay.
It's not the worst one.
You said there's another worse one that we will watch.
There are two worse ones.
Ooh,
the
fun.
next two that come after this are really, really bad.
All right, good.
Diary of the Dead comes after this.
Oh yeah, that looks
and
shitty.
that one is shot completely in first person.
Good.
So it's like a found footage
I
movie.
love those. They're always done so well.
That one is bad, but it is nothing
Okay.
compared to Survival of the Dead,
Ooh.
the last Georgie Romero movie, and the movie that I think why Georgie Romero will never make a zombie movie ever again. I think this killed his zombie making career.
Oh, fuck, I'm excited.
It ties into Diary of the Dead slightly.
Okay.
So we have to watch Diary first.
Okay.
Before we watch Survival. I might own Diary. I know I own Survival.
I can get it if you
I
can.
know I own Survival.
All right.
Diary is really bad.
Okay.
I will say that right off the bat. Diary is really bad.
Would you say it gives you diarrhea?
Of the Dead? Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Big Caesar, I give this movie 2 thumbs up. Behead this movie.
Oh yeah,
Little
Caesar definitely 2 thumbs up.
If you do not remember this bit, because we did it once,
No, we
and
shouldn't explain it.
well,
We just do that and then we'll recommend it or not.
all right, fair enough.
Just to confuse people for a second.
Yeah. So 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, Little Caesar says 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, Big Caesar says 2 thumbs up. Do not watch this movie.
No, fucking don't watch it. It's so bad. It's so boring. Nothing fun happens.
If you don't get this bit, listen to... When did we first do this?
Bloodline?
Yeah, listen to Day of the Dead Bloodline.
Yeah.
We explained this bit, and then we didn't do it for...
I think we did.
No, we didn't do it for the last one we just did.
This is 2 after Bloodline, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it for House of the Dead.
We did it for House. We didn't do it for...
Oh yeah, we World War Z.
We didn't do it for World War
I
Z.
fucking forgot.
I will post... I'll do it now for World War Z.
Okay.
I give it...
Yeah, because we kind of did.
I give it 1 thumb up, 1 thumb down.
Yeah, we did that, but that doesn't make sense really in the whole context of the Caesar thing.
I give it a 50-50.
Has it been 4 hours?
I give it where Caesar kind of just puts his hand in the middle and doesn't decide and lets the crowd decide.
Ah,
Caesar defers to the crowd.
Yes, Little Caesar defers to the crowd as well for World War Z.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it, guys.
Yep.
Land of the Dead. Don't watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it.
So far, I think we haven't really recommended any of the zombie movies we've watched. The only one that we've...
Dead Alive.
Definitely Dead Alive. Abe Lincoln versus Zombies.
Yep.
The Resort, we said watch it. It wasn't
we
terrible.
said if it was on, watch it.
Maggie, we said no.
Yeah. I think
Dawn of the Dead, we said no.
No.
Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies, we said no.
No. Yeah.
We gotta start recommending more zombie movies.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them are
all
shitty.
we're doing so far is just telling people that are zombie fans don't watch zombie movies.
Yeah, I know.
Because they're all bad.
I mean, we're kind of... Well, I'm not going to, waste more people's time. But yeah, we're giving them, the context of, if you want to see this is what you can do. Like I said, if you can watch World War Z completely logic-free, it's fine.
Exactly.
Dawn of the Dead,
which we found out today that there is a World War Z video game coming out.
Oh, yeah. You told me that. That's
it's
fucking
coming out. I
bizarre.
saw a trailer for it. I feel like when that comes out, we'll have to play it and then do
down.
a short episode
Yeah.
about reviewing it. I feel like we should do that sometimes too.
I think-
just do a short episode where we play a zombie video game or something.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Talk about
that.
it a little bit. We could even stream it live on Twitch.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea.
Do something like that.
Do,
Twitch
Twitch
stream it,
Twitch
and then
stream
we could
zombie
always
shit?
put it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
On our Zomboys channel.
Yeah.
Which plug for our YouTube channel.
We're on YouTube now, baby!
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Zomboys Podcast. Is that it?
Yeah, Zomboys podcast.
On YouTube, check us out there. We post all of our episodes up on there.
So if you don't
completely
listen to
free,
podcasts,
if you don't,
you put your YouTube on the TV and listen, like whatever.
Exactly. If you don't want to listen to us up on Apple Podcasts or on Google Play or Stitcher, or I'm working on getting us onto Spotify.
Whatever.
Spotify's a little bit more complicated to get onto. They actually.
I mean, now that we're on YouTube, I mean, people have options.
Yeah, we have a couple options, but subscribe to us on YouTube. If we play like some zombie games, which we might sit down and play some zombie games together, that'd be cool. We could stream that and put that up on YouTube.
Yeah, I also said I'm going to review Cargo. I haven't gotten around to it yet because of a few things I've had going on lately. But hopefully I'll have the Cargo mini spoiler-free review up on YouTube before this comes out. Did you watch it? Good. Okay. That's fine. It's okay. You can watch it. I didn't say not to watch it.
No, I watched it and put my head down like this because
okay.
My feeling on the movie was something.
Okay. I mean, you can say it.
Don't
spoil it. But
No. My feeling on Cargo is it was like a Maggie.
Okay.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't a terrible movie. I would say slightly better than Maggie. There's some interesting things that happen in the movie.
Okay.
But I mean, not a good movie for this podcast.
Oh no, yeah, definitely not this podcast.
No, not a good movie for this podcast. I mean, you saw with this movie where we were bored. This actually has some like cool stuff go on in it.
Yeah.
We talked about Pineys and Flint, Michigan, and Canada and Ireland, and sticking your dick.
Yeah,
in
we didn't talk about anything but not zombies.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know that was a weird sentence, but yeah.
Yeah, so check us out on YouTube at the Zomboys podcast on YouTube.
And I do like good movies too. So if it's a good movie, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Mike only likes shitty movies.
That's not true. I like lots of good movies.
Your fucking DVD collection.
It's pretty great. My DVD.
Yeah, you
collection.
got some good stuff.
There's some good stuff in there.
Yeah, like this movie that we just watched.
I bought this movie without watching it.
All right, we got to get the fuck out of this podcast.
So, check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Apple Podcast, obviously, however you're listening to us. Leave us a like. Leave us a like. Rate us.
Please.
Give us a 5-star rating on Apple.
Subscribe on YouTube even if you
awesome.
don't want to watch it there. You can just delete the episodes as they come up because
it would help us tremendously if you did that, and send us some comments on YouTube.
Yeah.
I can see the YouTube stuff. Casey can see the YouTube stuff. Send us some.
Give us your feedback, even if it's whatever. I mean, give us 5 stars and shit, but we'll take whatever feedback you got.
Follow us on Twitter at Zomboys Podcast.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Zomboys Podcast. Follow me, AKC Lynch, on those platforms.
Follow me. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say where you can find my art.
Yes.
It's the Etsy store. And also listen to my... Well, I'll let you do that.
Yeah, listen to... let's see if I fuck it up. Listen to Casey's other podcast, Trial by Pilot.
Yeah, baby.
Boom! 3 weeks in a row I've gotten it right.
Yep. 3 weeks, 4 reps.
Where Casey not listens. Fuck.
I do listen to them as well.
He watches and listens to pilot
and
episodes and smells to pilot episodes of television programs and judges the television program just on its pilot.
Yep. We just did Lost in Space, the Netflix show, and we also did the original Lost in Space.
Dope.
If you're not going to listen to that podcast, whatever, watch the first episode of Lost in Space. It is fucking hilarious. It's so bad.
The original Lost in Space.
Yeah.
From the 70s.
From the 60s. I think.
Oh, is it from the 60s?
65.
It's even earlier than that?
Yeah, watch that. And then listen to my episode where I get to do a little bit of math.
So do that. And then follow me on Instagram at molsve. And also, if you have any movie suggestions, hit us up on any of those platforms.
Oh, yeah.
And you can even email us.
Yeah.
You can email us. It's zomboyspodcast at Gmail.
Is it podcast?
Yeah, it's zomboyspodcast at gmail.com.
I think it's just zomboyspod at gmail.com.
I will tell you in 1 second.
I'll tell you in a quicker second.
Right,
I'm looking it up. Oh, God. It's zomboyspod at gmail.com.
Yeah, so send us an email even if you have any movie suggestions, stuff like that. We'll give you a shout out. Yeah, we'll give you a shout out on the pod. Any suggestions are appreciated.
Yeah, we will. If you email us and give us a good suggestion, we will say so many nice things about you.
Yeah, and if you email us and give us a good suggestion, we'll watch it.
Yeah, probably.
I'll say that. If you give us a suggestion, we'll watch it.
Yeah, why not?
You got that suggestion from the Danish podcaster.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And we watched that.
Yeah, it was great. That was fucking fantastic.
That was an awesome suggestion. So anybody that has any kind of suggestions, I know somebody has given us a suggestion. We do have to watch it soon.
Okay.
Of Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
Okay. Do you have to watch the first one first?
No.
Okay.
We can. I have Return of the Living Dead. We can watch that too.
It's been 50 hours.
Yeah.
We should get the fuck out of this thing.
All right, guys. So don't forget, there's gold in them hills.
So long.
Goodbye. And aim for the head.
I don't know. I can't do the German part.
Auf Wiedersehen.